Hi Leo, I am the Awakened Dreamer, and I'm here to give you a bonus tarot reading for the result of the monthlies for the month of November 2020. So I decided this month to take the sign with the most likes for the general monthly and then the money and career. And you, Leo, got the most likes for the general. So congratulations. And so I decided to leave this reading timeless, so no timestamp on it. So whenever you're guided to it, I feel you are meant to receive the messages. And I do want to, of course, take this moment before we continue to thank you all genuinely for your likes and comments and subscriptions if you're new to the channel. And I meditated on your energy overall before beginning this reading. And the message that came through was showing everybody what you're made of. Showing everybody what you're made of. So let's get started. Let's first start by doing some shuffling so we can pull a few cards from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. Got some new Oracle cards, so I figured these bonus reads are a good chance to have some fun. Try them out. Excuse me. And on this channel here, if you're new, I do take typically flyer or jumper cards. Just good to be aware of as I do continue with the reading. Alrighty, Spirit, what do we have for Leo? For our lovely lions, our lovely Leos, to begin this bonus read. I've got some there. Okay. Let's see what we got. The Fates. It feels like a lot of Leos out there have made a lot of changes to their life recently, whether they're big or small, or if it was just one or a lot. It just feels like you're being reminded on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, that with the changes you've made, that the path you're starting to head down, or, continuing to head down, is the ideal path for you. It's the destined path for you. It's fated. Very interesting. And it feels like a lot of Leos out there, especially the ones who are guided to this reading, are very gifted. I'm hearing you're a star. You're a star. And then we have orphaned. Interesting. It feels like a lot of Leos, by choice, decided to go off and do their own thing, to kind of rewrite their future for themselves, to kind of go against what society or their family or soul connections kind of see as normal or even respected. But it just feels like a lot of Leos out there are deciding to do things their way, to reclaim their independence. And, like the overall message says, you're showing everybody what you're made of, which isn't what they're made of or what society, again, or people expect you to be made of, but it's just who you are. You're unique. And then we have to be fair. To be fair. And I feel like I'm hearing Libra, which makes sense for me because I'm a Leo, Libra myself. But I feel like you're dealing with a Libra, you have Libra in your chart like I do, where you seek for fairness and balance in a lot of situations. Or maybe even if you don't have Libra in your chart, I feel like you have Libra qualities to you, or you deal with one. And you just sort of seek for more balance in your life on a daily basis, in a larger sense, as well as fairness when it comes to all situations you deal with, when it comes to work and karma and all that good stuff. Interesting. And then the fourth one, we have never-ending story. Interesting. For some of you, it feels like your the negatives in your life or the struggles are never ending. And on a more positive note, it feels like there are a lot of Leos out there where you could resonate with both of these, that that it just feels like the positives are never ending, or it feels like you may, on back to the negative side, never reach the goals that you've set out to accomplish. But this is sort of that overthinking side of Leos that people don't usually recognize or understand on a deeper level. It just feels like a lot of Leos out there overthink, and you just have to remember that at the end of the day, you go through what you go through. Overcome obstacles in order to learn and grow and become a stronger, wiser individual version of yourself. So just be aware, Leos, of your overthinking as you do move forward into your bright future. Let's continue doing some shuffling. Continue by doing some shuffling so we can pull 6 tarot cards. A simple 6 card spread, if you will. One shuffle down. And it's now coming through on a completely separate level, this card, as a lot of Leos out there longing for love, for a connection of some sort. And it feels like it's a never-ending search for that in one way, shape, or form. And I feel like a lot of Leos do have a broken heart they're still mending from the past, or when jumping into any sort of romantic sort of situation, you can't help but think back to when your heart was broken, or when you dealt with a lot of difficulties in that category. Interesting. All right, so what do we have for Leo to continue this lovely bonus read? Got the first 3. Bear with me. You want me to just pull the last 3 from the top of the deck? And we have the wheel at the bottom of the deck now, my friend. And I feel like a lot of Leos seem to forget at times. And you remember at times as well, but you need to try to remember more often that your luck is changing, that your wheel is starting to turn, as this card is all about. You can see the dice or the die on her neck. And I feel like you need to remember that you can do what you want to in life. You can achieve whatever you set your mind to, because you're leaving those obstacles and those difficulties, those struggles behind. It may feel like you still have some left over because you've just kind of recently exited a karmic cycle of some sort, which can be different for everybody. But just try to remember more often how lucky you truly are, how luck is actually on your side moving into this new cycle. And you have the Star card as well at the bottom, but we won't go there. So we're starting off with the Hangman. And so I feel like a lot of Leos out there, we need to take a step back at times and reevaluate. And I feel like we have been doing that in a lot of ways in our life, reevaluating and reassessing certain people and situations and things in our life. And definitely being the Queen of Swords in the recent past when need be, even when it's difficult, even when people just kind of jaws would drop. Leos are just like, you know what, I got to do what I got to do. Even if that is attached to a huge change and adjustment in your life that some people just don't get or understand. But it's side by side with this Fates card, and I feel like you, on another level, need to take a step back and remember how strong you are, how much you're destined to accomplish and achieve in this lifetime. That you're not just another random individual on this planet. You have a destined purpose, even if you haven't fully grasped what that is yet. And it feels like as you're moving forward, you're beginning to find your own individual light and way to show everybody what you truly are made of, like we were talking about once again in the overall message. Because again, you're a star. And I feel like your destiny, you being successful, you achieving everything you sought out to achieve in this lifetime, is part of what you're meant to do on this planet. It's written in the stars. Okay, so moving right along, the 7 of Cups. And it feels like moving along, you have a lot of decisions to make about your future, about your life, about your career, about who stays with you and comes along with you as you venture out into new journeys, new adventures to accomplish and achieve more goals in your life. And it feels like a lot of Leos have done so much inner work and so much adjusting in their life recently, that when you finally are able to complete all of that changing and adjusting and whatnot, excuse me, that's when the universe and spirit comes in and gives you all of these options. And basically it's like, we see that you're ready for it. We see that you're now in a better mental state, or you dealt with this or that, or, cut this person out, this situation out. And now you have the right mental clarity or the right situation, or it's just the right time for Leos out there to start making more decisions, or to start having all these options come in, whether it's a new job or new options for relationships or new places to live, whatever the situation is for you. And we're moving right along to the Eight of Wands. And it feels like things have slowed down for Leos recently, which isn't a pace that a lot of us are used to or accustomed to, but I feel like we got used to it. And then, as you move forward, just get ready mentally, prepare for things to start speeding up again. It kind of feels like or it more so was like, going fast and then it plateaued for a while. And now it's going to start to go fast and pick up again. And it just feels like that goes for all areas of your life. And so, I feel like part of why you were guided and led to this video today, this reading, was to kind of be aware of all that we're talking about, but also to sort of, again, mentally prepare for that fast pace, that picking up of, how things are moving and how things are unraveling. Because it feels like we've been, again, doing a lot of work, a lot of detail work, a lot of inner work, a lot of soul work, a lot of adjusting, like I was saying, and it's, it kind of feels like a long time coming, but now things are going to start to unravel and fall together, or fall into place rather. So the High Priestess, to move on to the second half of the spread. And I feel like as we move forward, Leos we're getting more and more in tune with our inner voice, our inner self, our intuition as well is growing because of all of which, because of what we've been through, because of the inner work, again, that we've been doing. And so it leaves us feeling very in tune with our inner self, our spirit guides as a result, as in tune with the universe, one with the universe. And it just feels like as we move forward, it's like you now have a better grasp, or will soon enough, on where you're heading, on what you want to achieve, what your destiny is, who and what and situations and what in general have a place in your life moving forward. Very interesting, because it feels like, again, you've done a lot of work on yourself and your life, and so it all leaves you kind of understanding who and what will work for you and benefit you moving forward, rather than kind of hold you back or burden you or make you feel even more weighed down. It's side by side with this Orphaned card, and I feel like by Leo's taking a step out and doing whatever it is for you on your own, kind of separating yourself from the normal, or, what your family or soul connections would normally do. It leaves you in a spot where you are vulnerable and you're taking a risk, of course, but as a result, your intuition and all of that good stuff we were talking about is just snowballing. You're becoming more of who you're meant to be in this lifetime, because you decided not to follow someone else's footsteps or path. You decided to write your own, pave your own path, if you will. And then we have the Knight of Swords to move right along. Oh, and the High Priestess is aligned with the Hangman. And I feel like at times when you find yourself drifting mentally to the past and kind of asking yourself if you did the right thing, if at times you feel like you should have followed those people's footsteps or done the typical 9 to 5 or whatever it is for you, it just feels like you need to, in those moments, stop, pause, force yourself to stop thinking for a second so you can take a step back and then readjust your perspective and remind yourself, no, this is the way it's meant to be. No, I'm meant to achieve this, this, and that. I'm not meant to become this individual or to do this or that the way they did or the way society sees as normal. You're rewriting your own path once again, and you're doing it for you. And you're, again, showing everybody what you're made of. And people's, I'm seeing jaws just drop. And just be like, damn, Leo trusted their gut, their intuition, where they were being guided, the messages they were receiving, the synchronicities, and look where it's leading to nothing but success. So the Knight of Swords, to move right along. And it feels like moving forward, if you haven't been feeling this way, you will start to feel like, you know what, screw it, screw what people think, screw how it could, potentially end negatively or turn out, and you decide to just go after what you want. Go after your dreams and your goals, and maybe you've already been going after one area, or you've already started to achieve something that you've wanted, and you decide, you know what, I'm going to even go after it more full force. You decide to leave behind or kind of push aside anybody's opinions or your own doubts or fears or whatever the case may be. And it's aligned with the Seven of Cups, and I feel like as you decide to go after what you want more so in life, and as you decide to kind of, again, put aside your own doubts and fears and people's opinions, you're left having even more options, even more decisions to make, because that's just the way it happens to be, the way it works. And we're finishing off the 6-card spread with the 8 of Swords. I feel like moving forward, you're going to be doing a lot of reflecting. I mean, I feel like we have been recently anyways, but it feels like you're going to be looking at yourself and asking, very much a hangman kind of moment, asking yourself, what's making me feel tied down, or what's making me feel limited? What needs to change, and what is working for me, or who's working for me? Just a very reflective state of mind moving forward, and I feel like it's very healthy. Just don't dwell on what's gone. I feel the need to say that. And also don't get too caught up on your flaws. Interesting. The side of Leos that people don't typically see. And it's aligned with the 8 of Wands, so we get the number 88 here. And I feel like like I said before, Leos have made a lot of adjustments and changes and cut people in places and situations out recently. And once you're able to, there's a few more adjustments and changes you do still need to make. And I feel like you know that deep down in your gut. And once you decide to be honest with yourselves, make yourself and make those next changes, or those last few small changes, things are going to be moving even quicker. Things are going to start to fall in place even quicker than they have been. So let's finish off. I want to try out this new deck, this crystals, the stone deck. It's fun. Let's pull a crystal to see what crystal could benefit you at this time moving forward. What do we have for Leo to finish off this reading? Thank you, Spirit. For our lovely Leos. It's just a fun deck to use. Ooh, diamond. And so on the back with this deck, you can see they have all these different categories. I'm not going to read it all for you, but okay, so I'm going to read 2 of the sections. We have the where to put it, wherever you'd like to bling, and then when to use it, when you've just got to keep it icy, when you want to make your intentions perfectly clear, when it's time to beam your own unique light through the darkness for all to see. Own it with a diamond. And it says, shine your brightness. How beautiful. What a great way to end this reading. So as you move forward, Leo, just remember to, like it says, shine your brightness and continue to show everybody what you are truly made of at the end of the day. And with that said and done, I once again more than appreciate your likes, comments, and subscriptions if you are new to this wonderful channel. And I hope this reading was truly helpful. I hope you have the most amazing day, and I'll see you next time. Bye, Leo.